ladies on tour I enjoyed much better. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we got a lot.
I'm kind of worried on your behalf last season when Kurt went to Dalton Academy and I thought, well, he doesn't get to perform all these songs with New Directions. Were there any New Direction songs that they did that season that you
Yes, I'll never forgive them for doing, what's it called? Happiness? Dog Days. I can't believe they did Dog Days without me. And there's one. Yes. I'm still bitter about that one. And then you just like have a reaction shot of me being like, yeah, guys, go! And then as soon as the camera cut, I was like, oh God. Yeah. No, but I got to do so many great things with warblers and animals, so much fun. What else would we do? That's my favorite. What? Oh, that is my least favorite number ever. Oh my God. I will be honest, I just don't like it. Because I was like, why are we singing a breakup song? We just got together. Right.
Now, after, when Mamma Mia came out, I read an article, an interview with Colfer, where somebody was asking him, like, how do you feel dancing around that crazy disco outfit? And he said, well, wait a minute, don't you know that everybody in showbiz, all we want to do is put on outfits like this and sing and dance, and this is all we really want to do. And I thought of that. I always think of that when you see like Gwyneth Paltrow or some of the amazing people who come on to do these cameo guest spots on Glee. And so I wonder, are there any people who would you really love to have on the show who you haven't had yet?
For the two people in the back. I really want Julie Andrews to play my grandmother.
Full circle.
Yeah, to bring the sound of music thing full circle, and yeah. And she's got to play my aunt, right? Right, yeah.
Well, that shouldn't be too tough to arrange.
No, they're not busy. But yeah, of course, but anyone that is a living legend, I would love to.
What about Streisand? Is she not?
Well, God, Leah would kill me if she played like Grandma Hummel. And Rachel's like not even there. But that did happen with Patti LuPone. But no, that's Leah's. We all get our own person to obsess about, and that's hers.
Now talk a little bit about this confusing stuff that went on this summer when there were reports that you and Lea Michele and Corey Monteith were leaving the show after the season, and then kind of went back and forth. And so what can you tell us about that?
I guess it was really a huge mountain made out of a molehill. It really wasn't ever supposed to be, and it was so annoying that it got to be that big. And of course there was talks of back and forth between people about doing a spinoff and all that, and I'm not sure if we're going to do a spinoff yet. We don't know. I just don't know. Please don't get mad at me. I don't know. But no, I mean, like, I think we're not going anywhere though. I mean, we're sticking around as far as I know.
I mean, couldn't you just keep flunking?
Right? I mean, there's so many, like, I think Sue could come in at the end of, like, at graduation and be like, nope, none of the Glee kids are graduating, they didn't pass this class,
Just like in Russell Fish.
Right, exactly, right. Or we could do something where we go to, like Bora Bora on our crappy plane crashes, and we have, like, a sing and dance Lost for the next
Primetime television audiences are used to seeing high school kids that are graying at the temples.
Right. Which is right.
Time immemorial.
Right. And you want to, when you're growing with the character, I mean, the show takes so many different topics so seriously and is handled so honestly that it would kind of be a little tongue-in-cheek if we were 40 and a senior.
I love it. So now you and your castmates obviously got really famous really fast. And there are nice parts of that, like this audience, this great event. But I'm sure that's made your life difficult, and it must have happened so quickly that you have very little time to kind of absorb it. So what has that been like for you?
It's probably the most challenging part about being on the show is literally going from no one knows your name to everyone knows your name. sadly, you know, kind of live in a world where there is no such thing as privacy anymore. Absolutely, it's a thing of the past with technology and all that. But I think the hardest part has been when people have kind of taken things out of context when you say things, and like I'm sure like tonight, like I'll go home and get like 100 hate messages from people from taking things that I said to you tonight out of context.
That damn hashtag.
Right? Oh, thank you.
Well, what about just, I mean, can you go out in the street? Can you go to the movies? Can you live a normal life?
It just depends. I had a really kind of traumatic experience happen. I was supposed to be working one day, and they canceled the scene, so I had a whole day to myself, and I thought, oh, let's go see a movie, and I really wanted to see Salt. Angelina Jolie was in it. And I went to the theater by myself, and someone recognized me in the lobby, and I left the theater with bruises all over my arms because people were grabbing me.
So they were just trying, obviously no one was trying to hurt you, but they were just...
No, they were just so excited that I was there and excited to see me, which is great. Here's another name drop. Gloria Estefan once said when she came to visit us on set, she's like, "How can you get mad at someone for loving you?" And it's true, but sometimes people love a little too much, and it's crazy. You know, and to be famous is kind of in a way it's kind of like to almost like stand on a pedestal or a stool and kind of give the world permission to tell you all your flaws. It's been rough, and there are...
You mean online?
What?
With nastiness online.
Right. But it's you know, it's funny because the same things that, you know, people write to me are the same things that people told me in middle school. It hasn't really changed much. Where was I going with this? I had a positive ending, I swear. Classic punchline. Yeah. And
well, one of the things you mentioned on the phone last night when we were talking, which seemed interesting to me and, well, both unbelievable and kind of inevitable, is that sometimes the people who swarm you, you have the feeling that they think you are Kurt. They don't have the sense of the show being a fiction.
Right.
And I mean, that's obviously, I don't know, my assumption was that that's kind of a product of reality television, that everything is kind of blurry these days.
Right. I can't tell how many times I've met people like on the street and they just get so disappointed because I'm not Kurt Hummel. And I sometimes I guess I'll say things in interviews that like aren't like about certain things that aren't quite as ecstatic as Kurt would be about them, and they just get mad. How could you say that? How dare you? But yeah, it's been quite an education in human behavior.